Hello and welcome to Providence Decay. Hi, everybody. We are in episode 2 of our second story. A lot happened last game. There was lots of clues, lots of things happened. Something happened towards the end. I'm sure it's not important. But before we get to all that, let's meet our wonderful players and find out who they are playing. Let us start with Randy.
Hello, I'm Randy Alvarenga. I'm playing Benjamin Benny Reed. He's a forensic scientist in our little PI detective agency.
Saint.
Hello, I am playing Aurora Leach, she, her, and not so much a scientist as a handy, strong, tall lady and PI.
Nick.
Hey everyone, I'm playing Jack Dawson, who was formerly trained as a psychiatrist and is also part of this merry crew of PIs.
And Michelle.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and I am playing Margaret Cordova, and she is the photographer of the group, taking pictures like film doesn't cost anything.
Okay, so last week we undid one of the envelopes of fate, and we didn't get to a point where the players could use the 10 bonus points of luck that they got from last game. So those 10 bonus points are now going to roll over to this game. But this week I've changed it up a little bit. Instead of one thing that hurts the players and one thing that helps the players, we have 2 cards in both of these from the Supernatural deck, the Call of Cthulhu Supernatural deck. So if we hit $50 tip, we get one of these cards will happen during the game. And they're both spooky, so that could be a lot of fun. Now, recap. Last time, a detective was murdered in his own apartment, and I guess I should, it's funny. I forgot to open the one thing that I should have opened. Let's see.
Detective Roger Tamal.
That's it. Detective Roger Tamal. Died in his apartment after what seems to be a romantic encounter with a professor from Kathy from the Miskatonic U campus, and you were following up on clues regarding that, and you found that there were actually 3 women that fit the bill for the woman who came in. So it was Kathy, I believe Maria, and Shannon was the last one.
Sarah, I think.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sarah, and let me see. Here, thankful. Oh wait, that's for the first one. So you went over to the school and you talked you went to the convenience store, you went to the school, and throughout you found out that this particular detective was really good at picking up women and going out on dates and everything else, and had kind of a reputation around the school. He wasn't really doing this with students as much as faculty, and it led you to speaking with, let's see, sorry, one second. I need to find this real quick. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So you found out that it was Professor Kathy Benson, and you believe that she was the last person to see the detective Tamal alive. And you found out that he had actually been dating quite a few people. Sarah was, I believe, was Sarah was the one you found in the basement. who had been attacked, correct? I'm trying to remember. My brain is
I believe so. Yes.
yeah.
Yes. From
You
the
found
library,
her
right?
dead. You were gonna ask her questions. She was one of your suspects, but you found her dead in the basement. You called up the coroner who came by and picked her up and took her back to the morgue.
But also didn't remember picking up anyone else.
Who didn't remember picking up anyone else, who was like, you went to the morgue and he's like, I don't have anybody else here. You looked around, you couldn't find anything. You also talked with,
Well, not only didn't remember, it wasn't in the books. Although we didn't actually check the sheet. He
Right.
just said, no, nothing here. So maybe we want to do that too.
yeah, possibly. I believe
Reality
Shannon,
spell or memory spell.
exactly. I believe Shannon, the reason that popped in my brain is she is the one that you talked to who was working in the first floor of the clock tower building. And when, one second, now that I have that, when Margaret shook her hand, she turned into a undead looking creature with, pale skin and rotting and whatever. And then Aurora did the same thing and saw a similar thing in her as well. And she seems to be working on some paper, some thesis. And Jack kind of hinted towards her, like, hey, when you finish this, will you be able to leave? Meaning, if this is the thing you need to finish to not be haunting this place. She said Sarah did show up and went down to the basement. And you went down to the basement and see, even though I'm older, things come back a little slower. I still remember over time. So you went down to the basement. You found the corpse, and she was like, her throat was cut. She had a bite that was similar to the bite of of Detective Tamal, and her clothes were taken off, like ripped apart. You then, like we said, went back to the morgue, and the coroner's like, I don't remember bringing anybody else in. This is my first new body in a while. Checked the sheet, said, hey, there's nothing here. That piqued your interest a lot because you saw him take Tamal's body out of the apartment. So this is where we are starting. A bit long-winded on my part, but here we go.
Quick question and clarification. I thought that he had Detective Tamal, but he didn't have Mitch or Shannon.
Right. That is
Right.
Right. You are
Okay.
correct. So he does have Tamal, but he doesn't have Mitch or Shannon.
Okay, I'm sorry, I misheard.
No, yeah, I missaid. So you didn't misheard. I messed up. So yeah, he doesn't show you this sheet. And he's working on Sarah. If one of you wants to try to walk over there and take a look.
How would someone distract the guy? Because I can ask him to walk me through the autopsy because I have forensic knowledge, and I would like to sort of distract him while someone else is.
We could say, let's see here. So you could use persuade, which you actually have a decent amount of.
Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to just say, hey, with all that's going on, this would be really helpful to our case for us to really get some of this knowledge. I'd love to watch as you are doing the autopsy on Mr. Tamal.
All right, give me a roll.
Let's see if it works. Oh no, it's rolling under, right? It's not that bad. It's not that bad, but it is. It's an 80.
Would you
Wait,
like to spend...
no. Wait, no, it's not. The percentage die is 0-0. Is that tens or is that 0?
If it's 0-0, that means it's 0.
Okay, so it's 0-8. Then
It's 0-8.
Then I'm the opposite of bad. It's great.
You're fine then. Yeah, you're cool.
Cool. So yeah, I got an 8 under 50. Yep.
So he seems very like, not many people ask him to show what he does at his job. So this is very exciting for him. He's all like, "Hey, great," and starts going through everything and lifts her up and says, we'll have to, even though it's very obvious her throat was slit, we're still going to have to run some tests to make sure that there wasn't any other things that happened to her, any drugs, anything like that, and starts going through all of the really detailed explanations on what needs to be done next.
While he's focused there, I'm going to use the guise of taking pictures to go over and lift the sheet on that one.
Give me a stealth roll.
Stealth.
Like I said, I think you guys are going to be burning through some luck points this game.
Yeah, my stealth is not very good.
Probably better than mine.
Oh,
yay.
18 under 20.
Wow.
Oh.
Now remember, make marks next to stuff that you do, that you make your rolls for later down the road. All right. So you click a couple of pictures. And if I remember correctly, in the last game, you actually took a picture of Sarah's body and the corner standing next to it.
I think she got it.
It was Sarah, Tamal, and the corner in one shot.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You got all three. So yeah, you take a couple pictures. The thing that you notice just through the shutter really fast is there does seem to be a few names there that have been marked out with actual marker, so you can't read what they say.
Redacted.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. So, go ahead, Aurora.
Well, while they're doing, their surveying there, lots of theirs, my goodness.
We've all been there before.
Yeah. Could I, honestly, I don't have a lot of useful skills for this room, except for spot hidden, which I haven't used in this, haven't wielded here yet.
Okay.
Perhaps I can focus on an area that they haven't focused on. So in the room, is there perhaps do we have the body coolers on the side?
You mean the
drawers?
The drawers?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are several refrigerated units. Do you want to opening one might be too much? Yeah.
Yes. Well, perhaps I can glance and see if there's a name or labeling that is suspect.
Yeah, give me a spot. Give me a spot hidden roll.
Spot hidden, or perhaps my language. I don't know how that makes sense. I want to use it though. I'm like, how do I deploy this? I've got a 60 in it. Okay.
We're gonna write a
spot hidden
letter.
Oh, we're doing beautifully. I have 73 under my 75. All right.
All right. Hey, that's still a thing. So you're looking around, you're looking at the drawers, you're trying to be nonchalant. You're like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And you notice that there is a back room with a door that's just slightly open. And you notice that the corner has papers all over the place. There's like a ton of different writings and books and everything else. Do you want to try to slip in there and take a look?
I would, yes.
Okay,
yes,
so give
definitely.
me a stealth roll.
All right.
I'll give you advantage on this roll because Benny is taking up the coroner's mental facilities right now, making him think about something besides what's going on around him.
And with the advantage, it's 2 10s ones. Oh,
Right,
wait,
two
two. Yeah,
10-siders, and you pick the
right,
lower one.
right. Alrighty, hey. Ooh, beautiful. My lowest one was double zeros. And one. So
Ooh,
excellent. Is
critical
that a critical
success.
success?
That is.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
an odd one? Yeah, that's really good. So, like a ninja, you slip in there. And you notice that there is a lot of strange books about not only death, but like how to properly dispense of a witch,
Mm,
how best to cleanse a area of a poltergeist, um, how to talk to someone who no longer has the ability to talk, things like in that vein. So occult books on death is basically what I'm saying. A lot of occult books. Now,
right.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Shannon is writing her thesis on local area, like cults, specifically witches as well, right?
Yes.
correct, yes.
Yep.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh. All right. I want to see, is there like I'm looking around if there's a desk in there, I'm assuming, and maybe some spooky inky sheets of paper that are all
Right.
completely like, you're like, oh, is there invisible ink? What's going on? It's all bloody. No, it's ink. And then I want to I want to see if there's an open book, like what chapter was he just reading or something like that.
Well,
See if I can get a little.
there seems to be a black journal that has it's right on, it's on his desk in the position of I was just last reading this, because you did critically succeed the last roll. So I'm going to say that that's probably the book that he was last using.
Excellent. I will carefully approach,
Okay.
uh because now we've already seen a Walking Dead body. The book could be cursed. Um though I have no skills to analyze
To
this.
divine that.
Yeah,
Better
oh
just burn
God, I
everything.
could
You do
shoot
have.
it.
Does language work on that?
Yeah, maybe I can discern runes visually. No, I don't know. Gosh. And law has no place here. Yeah. Well, now, because I wasn't even really considering that it could be cursed or trapped, but now I'm like, no, you should consider that.
So this is the point of the game where players start to like go, I don't want to.
Yes.
I don't want to.
We're not even half an hour in. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
That's okay.
Well, okay. I'm gonna just observantly, nudge the book open with hopefully a stray pen or plume.
Okay. So you take a pen, you kind of you gingerly flip it open, and it has all this scrolled writing on it. A lot of it is in Latin, which I believe you do not know.
No, it just says own.
Yeah, you just have own. But you can tell from the English parts that it seems to be some kind of funeral rites for different cultures, how burials are done, how to properly deal with certain religions don't want autopsies ever. So there's markings on that about how to deal with bodies and things like that. And you flip through a few pages, and towards the back, you see again how to properly bury a witch. And there seems to be quite a lot of notes on this. Now, here's your option. You do not have time to go through this book in detail right now. You can pocket it, you can leave it behind. It's up to you.
Okay, just one or the other.
One or the other.
All right. Because I could creatively think of something to waste about 40 more minutes. But
You
I will
could
not.
if you wanted to. We love watching. That's like, that's a good stand-up bit. It's just you, I, oh.
Okay. I'm going to take it.
All right, so you grab it. And you make your way out with no problem. So is there anything else anybody wants to do before you leave this room?
Can I try a spot hidden just in case there's anything in the actual room as I'm taking pictures?
Sure.
I did not make it. 55 over my 47.
Do you want to spend some of your luck?
Oh yeah, I've got those 10
You
points.
got extra 10 points.
So that's 8 of my 10 points. So yeah, I'll go for it.
Okay. You notice a couple of bloody footprints near one of the drawers.
Headed towards it or away?
Away.
Are they bare footprints?
Yes.
Okay.
I just love that the rest of us had no idea about this.
Yeah, none of you notice it. She just walks by. It's like towards the edge.
That's great.
A couple of bloody and they're not consistent. It's like really bloody footprint, sort of bloody footprint. Then
like someone's limping.
Like they go away over time because there's only
They're
so much
running out of blood.
The blood got left behind. Yeah.
Good God. I should have just
Hate it when
started
that
throwing
happens.
open drawers. We'll save that for later.
Yeah. I tell you what, next time you open drawers, I'll just cough really loud.
Yeah.
That's my job this game, obviously. So anybody else want to do anything, or are you guys ready to move on?
I can't think of anything myself.
Yeah. Okay.
To be fair, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna assume the bloody footprints were the last thing, because all of us should have seen that.
Yeah.
In general.
Wait, okay, I don't know where to do this at, but I would love to try to get a fingerprint off of the earring that we found earlier. Like, so that later when we find said person, we can.
Well, I believe you guys could just go to the evidence locker and they'll let you do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I will finish up sort of watching his autopsy after I look around the room and everybody's kind of looking like, okay, we're done now. Yeah. Then
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to jump on you.
No, I would just say that I'm going to the locker after.
I do take pictures of the footprints.
Okay,
coming
cool.
from the drawer. Yeah.
Sounds good. And like I said, this is like 3 footprints, like a bloody one, a semi-bloody one, and then a really light one. So it's obvious that whatever was on the foot stayed on the floor. So you all want to go to we can just say really quickly, you went to the police station, you get yourself it's like a partial print of the fingerprint from the evidence that was gathered there. While you're there...
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Nick.
I was going to say, on the way there, I want to bring up the fact that if there is something amiss, do we want to bring this to the attention of the captain? Because if she doesn't remember, then we're not going to get any support.
She's also kept information from us already.
Yeah, and it may not be a matter of not remembering. It may be a matter of choosing not to remember.
I think we've been burned by her enough that Benny would be like, I think let's get further into this investigation before we start trying to report stuff to her. But
All right, I was just wondering about getting confirmation if there's something about dead bodies that are disappearing from people's collective consciousness.
it's fair.
Wouldn't be the strangest thing.
Fair, though. I'm not going to be the one to phrase that question if we ever have to ask it. I'm just saying, one of you others gets to do that.
But it's an excellent use of your language skill.
Shoot. I have language with no persuade. It's just for exhibition.
You know all the words, but putting them together is difficult.
I guess.
So you go into the office. The police chief she'll ask you, how are things going? How much information are you going to impart? Just, we're still looking into it. What's the general vibe?
Is there a way that we could kind of probe or see what, like, is she very forthcoming with her questions? Like, hey, how's the body with Tramel and that other lady's dead too still, right? Or is it just very...
So are those two corpses you
it's-
took still dead?
Yeah.
Just want to know.
I mean,
It's like an 80s stand-up thing. Give me a psychology roll then,
okay.
Aurora, which
All right.
you do have.
I'm looking into her soul. Actually, it's not too bad. It's 42,
No,
so
it's not bad.
crossing the fingies. All right. Crossing the... Oh, I got 31. Yeah.
Nice. She does not, from her questions, she does not seem to believe that any of the facts have changed. She, from what she's saying, there should be this many dead people. Tamal's one of them. You've just told her about Sarah. There are 2 others at the morgue. She seems to be very clear in those facts that these are the 4 people that are dead at this point.
Okay.
But that's the point for her, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. She's
Okay,
all like,
good
dead
to-
bodies, why are you even here? I fired you 5 years ago.
That's what I was a little bit worried about.
Yeah.
No, but she completely, she's all like, how's the investigation going? We need to wrap that up quick. I don't want the news media to get a hold of this. We want to get the perpetrator off the streets as quickly as possible.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what you
Yep.
glean. Anything else before we leave the police station? I think that we're pretty much done there. You got your prints. Where's the next stop for everyone? Where do you think you want to go next?
We still have the 2 crime scenes of the people. It was one thing. I think we also could go and try to talk to the professor potentially.
You had talked about that, talking to the professor, going to Shannon's apartment, and possibly Sarah's apartment as well, to look into if there's any evidence in either of those places.
Yeah, I think we should compare the crime scenes, but I do think we absolutely need to question Kathy, since she appears to be our only lead at this point.
You haven't talked to
Yeah.
Maria yet either, and
Right.
she was the possible other person that might have been involved. There were 3 women that had similar looks.
Yes.
So
And the only thing that makes me pause on going straight to one of the women that we think are alive is there could be there could be things we could ask about at the crime scenes that we haven't visited yet, but I don't know would we be able to, like, how long or how far are the crime scenes from, I guess we would be going back to the university,
Miskatonic,
right?
the university.
Is that like feasible?
They're
to do
all
in one day?
within a few blocks of the school because all of these people worked at the school. So they all live nearby. It's, it's not like LA where you live in Simi Valley and drive an hour and a half into town in downtown LA every day because you hate yourself. But yeah, there's definitely, it's easy enough to go to the different scenes where these people lived and see where the crimes have happened.
Okay. Would that be okay with everyone? Are we feeling perhaps getting some more questions or evidence or something in our belt before we go and maybe confront someone?
Definitely.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Could I have grabbed some of the things they need to dust for fingerprints?
Yeah,
in that
you can
location?
grab some extra stuff.
Good
You can grab stuff like
call.
that.
That's a good call. I'm gonna get my service weapon, and
Yes, you
Okay.
all should have weapons. You all have
Okay.
weapons.
just really want to make sure that that's in the
I also
books.
have a
I
pack of
it.
smokes, even though I don't. I smoke when I'm stressed, and he would have probably bought some.
In 1983, literally everybody smokes.
Right. Cigarettes weren't still being prescribed by doctors, though, right?
No,
Like, that's
not
no,
at that.
no,
But
no.
you would, like parents would be like with their newborns, just, hey, how's it going? Just not even thinking that this could be an issue.
Oh, I wonder all the time, what are we doing today that is that for
Oh,
the
that's
next
it, yeah.
generation? I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah. They're gonna be
And
like,
I don't know.
It's not going to
30
be something obvious like screens.
No.
It's going to be something that we think is completely innocuous. Like,
absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know.
okay,
I
sorry.
think the 60-second videos on TikTok are making us all with attention spans of like a gnat, where we're just like,
I'm sorry.
what
Could you repeat that? I lost track.
exactly, exactly. That's the smoking of this generation. Dang nabbit. So which one of these locations do you want to go to?
I mean,
I suggest we go to the oldest crime scene first because
Hmm.
if there's anything ephemeral, we want to get there as soon as possible. And granted, we're way behind the clock on that, but everything else should go from there.
and one is Richard Wilkes, and the other is Shannon O'Reilly, right?
Right.
Which
Right.
one would be the later,
So
or
Shannon,
I guess the earlier murder?
Shannon was after Richard, and you met Shannon in the clock tower, but you haven't seen her actual living space. So you could go to the crime scene where why am I blanking on his name? Let me see.
Richard Wilkes.
Richard, sorry. Where Richard died, which was very close to the school at his apartment, or you could go to Shannon's apartment. Which one?
Let's do Richard, because you said that's the older, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yay.
Okay. So I'm going to say you spent probably about 30, maybe 45 minutes between the police department and Richard's place. You show up at Richard's place and it's completely dark. The police tape has been torn down. It's still raining pretty hard, so it's kind of hard to hear everything going on. Do you go in with your weapons already out? Like,
That's a leading question.
I'm just asking.
I would not, because we don't know that there's something for us to shoot.
Yeah, agreed.
But like, if you're asking, I would like to, but I know I would. I would be just walking gingerly.
Well, I'm
in.
asking not so much to be leading, but because you're all police officers. So going into a building where you don't know what's in there, you would probably have your weapon drawn, or at least, you know, ready to be drawn very quickly if possible. It's more of a, are you doing things by the book, or are you doing things like a PI who doesn't want to get arrested for murder in case something goes wrong, you know?
I'm for the latter, but you know, the group can. I mean, we can do however we do as a group.
I'll say that I mean, I probably have it at the ready,
Okay,
but not up.
Yeah.
You know,
that's cool. Just
it's-
wondering.
Yeah.
So you get into this place, and it looks like it's been pretty picked over. There's obviously was a struggle here. And you notice that the back door is open. There's water just kind of streaming in through the back patio door that slid open. And as you're looking around, everyone give me spot hidden rolls.
Nope.
56 under my
Nope.
75.
Okay, so that was 2 no's.
I got a yes. I got it.
You
I
got a
it.
yes. Saints got a yes. I'm all pointing at a screen for some reason.
35 under 55.
Okay, so the 2 of you. All right. So, Jack, in the kitchen, you find what looks to be not like a butcher knife, something a little smaller that has fallen between the counter and where the refrigerator sits. It's towards the back. You're able to fish it out with a broomstick, and it's obviously got some kind of gore or blood on the end of it. Probably, if not one of the murder weapons. How it was missed, you don't know. Aurora, you're walking through the bedroom, looking around at different places, and you see that the closet is just barely open, and you can tell someone's staring at you. You can
Well,
see like
if
the
they all-
flash of thunder, and you'll see, flash of lightning, and you see a
See
little bit
eyes.
of an eye.
Well, is it it's I see the whites of their eyes, right? So human whites or animal whites?
Human.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna step back and be like, come out. We are investigating the scene. Not here to make anything else worse.
The door slides open just a little bit, and then bolting out of the closet, a large man comes out of the darkness with a bat. He's got a hoodie on, and he swings at your head as hard as possible.
All right, it's dodge time.
Dodge time.
Oh, great. It's not particularly good, but the dice have been nice tonight. Oh, no way. I got 12 under, and that's under 25.
Awesome.
Nice.
So you feel the air of this bat go right over your head as you duck down. Now you had told me that you were at the ready to draw your gun. How do you want to respond to this? And remember, this is all just real quick. Let me see, just so I have it. What's your dexterity, Aurora?
My dexterity
Yep.
is 50.
Benny?
55.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at our old tags.
Jack?
40.
Oh, wow. And Margaret.
70.
Jeez.
Wow, Margaret goes
I'm
first.
very dexterous.
Always. All right. So in this situation, this is like a surprise round. So it's just between the attacker and Aurora, and then everybody else can cycle in the next next round. So what is your response, Aurora?
Oh, well, I'm looking. I was hoping that I'd have some brawl. That would have made sense, but I have 0. So
Now, I
I'm
made these
gonna.
characters so if, like,
Uh,
I made 4 characters at once. If you really want to switch something from from somewhere else to Brawl, I'm completely open to that. Like, if you want to take
oh,
that 40 drive auto, almost said
yeah.
auto, and put it in Brawl instead, because that makes more sense. Because remember, you can still drive a car. It just means if you're speeding down a wet highway and trying to maneuver, that's when the skill comes into play. So I'm
Right.
completely fine if you feel like you want to put something in Brawl. That's cool. It's your
I
call.
do want to do that, but instead of that this time, I'm gonna roll on Intimidate. And I'm
Okay.
just I'm gonna see if I can just get him to stop. All right, don't fail me now. I got a natural 1. It's a critical success.
Yeah.
Isn't
I
that your
probably have to
second?
retire these dice.
Yeah,
Huh?
That's your
the
second for
That's
today.
my second. Maybe they're weighted. I don't know. It's from the ones you guys gave me.
Okay. So how do you intimidate this person
I
with your
Uh,
natural 1?
I guess it's supposed to be really intense. Well, if I can, I'm gonna just grab the Batman style. I'm just gonna be like, sit your punk ass down. You don't want any of this.
I love it. You sound like Randy Macho Man Savage. It's awesome. All
Just
right.
gotta
So
bring it in.
that's awesome. Okay, so yeah, you grab the bat, you yell at him. Everybody else obviously hears this. He freaks out, lets go of the bat, jumps through the window. Now it's a 1-story building kind of situation. It's not like he's not going down 6 flights or anything. Jumps through the window. I just have to make a roll for him. Ooh, that wasn't good. Okay. And what do you want to do? You scare him so badly, he just flees out the window as quickly as possible. And you have the bat in your hand.
I have a new weapon. That's great. I'm gonna just I'm shaking my head, so it's like I didn't realize I'd overdo it, that he'd jump out a window. I thought he'd actually sit down.
No,
That's
you
too
freaked him
scary.
out.
Too scary. Well,
That was not the fight he was expecting.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
So
yeah, I guess I'll just start. I'll be like, there was a guy in here, if they're not already coming. And I'm going to start looking in the closet, see if he left anything behind.
Wait, by the time we get there, is he long gone?
You look outside and yeah, he's long gone, but there does seem to be something on the lawn
I'm gonna go get it.
All right. So you go outside, and where it was obviously he landed, because there's mud and everything else, there seems to be a decayed, broken off foot. Like snapped right on. So when he landed, his foot broke completely off, and the decayed skin gave way. And the only way that Aurora was able to freak him out was the fact that she got a critical success of an ot 1. because this guy obviously wasn't living when this all was going down. So you have his foot. Give me a resolve check, Randy.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I think I've heard this story. We have to go through the whole city looking for the glass slipper that fits it. Is that how it goes?
Right.
I swear to God, it was a one-footed man. Anyway,
Resolve. Am I rolling under or above?
you're
What am I
rolling
trying-
under.
So 38.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, your resolve's 38.
No. I got 38 under.
Oh, okay.
50.
I was gonna say, woo.
No. Thankfully.
No. Okay, good. All right, so you're fine. I would imagine.
Just I'll be grossed out
yeah.
because I have not seen dead people yet. So he sees this foot.
Oh God, is that a foot?
Yeah. Like he's about to throw up. He covers his mouth again. And he looks at it. He knows he needs to pick it up. How decayed, roughly, would I be able to tell? Is this months decayed? Is
Give
this
me a
like
forensics roll because you have it. And I want
that's
you to
what
roll it.
I was hoping. All right.
I'm just watching Benny from the window. I'm shaking my head.
I can't tell.
What'd you roll?
A 72.
Do you want to spend any
42.
of your luck to up your
I
roll?
don't have
A
that
lot.
much left. That's
Okay. All right. Just thought I'd offer it. Okay, so you're looking. It's hard to tell because of the water, because of the damage from the drop.
Is it wet?
Yeah, it's wet at this point, but you're figuring for it to do something like that, it would have to have been at least a couple of weeks, and that lines up with some of your bodies that have come up, some of your cases, specifically Richard.
I pull out a Ziploc bag and I look and I go, "Is it big enough?" I don't know.
You got it big enough, yeah. It's a big enough
Then
bag.
He looks for some sticks because he probably didn't bring. Oh no! He pulls out his gloves and he very carefully picks it up. And
What I love is literally 45 minutes or an hour ago, you were gleefully watching an autopsy, and now you're like, oh.
I mean, this is like a decayed body that presumably was attached to a person who just jumped out of a window. So
It's context.
So as you're putting it in, the foot and toes flex a little bit and move.
He drops the bag immediately.
Oh, no. And yeah, it's in the bag, it's open, and the feet are kind of the toes are kind of stretching and moving around.
He's going to bring it back to show everybody, but as it's moving around, he's like, oh.
It's
he
like
pushes the
it's like
door.
a chicken that has just been decapitated kind of thing. It's that. So
So
you
he
come
walks
back
in the door with a moving foot in a bag.
Right.
And goes, "I have no idea why it's doing this."
Need resolve checks.
Yeah,
False.
absolutely. I
Right.
absolutely think so.
I'm gonna switch my dice for
Just in case.
even this. Yes.
Made it
Well,
24
I made it.
under my 69.
You made it,
Yes,
Aurora?
and I made mine too.
Jack.
I failed. 74 over 60.
All right. Benny, did you make it?
Oh, I thought I already did.
You
this.
did
I
it
need to
for
roll.
just the thing.
because
The
it's moving again.
movement is a new.
30
twist.
under 55. So yes.
All right, so you're lucky, Jack. You only take 2,
Okay.
so no ill effect, just ill effect. Feeling a little queasy.
I think that's right. I mean, he is somewhat squeamish.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Aurora, you were checking out the closet. It looks like somebody's been living in this closet for a few weeks. There's half-eaten rats. There are what seems to be soiled clothing, a pool of coagulated blood, smell of putrefaction and mildew. There's probably black mold in the walls at this point because the windows have been open. It does not
damn.
look good.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing I've got to pick up, that's wonderful, and I'm going to back on up from this.
I'll call in
thank you.
forensics. Let them
Well,
bag this
I'll
up.
just for now, so that I don't expose my lungs to more poisons. I don't let me back up for a vomit. I brought the book with me. I never put it down anywhere. So I wonder. Well, first, let me run a spot hidden on if I've already looked at the closet.
Right.
Anything else in the room? Hoping for a witchy artifact, but
Witchy
it's
artifact.
okay if
Sure,
there's nothing.
that's a good idea. Go for it. Everybody should make this roll, actually, because you're all going to search the hell out of this house at this
Yeah,
point.
we are.
Yeah, we are.
Yes, we are. Nice. All right, I got a 50 under my 75.
Cool.
Nope, I'm just taking pictures.
I don't find anything interesting.
8 under 55.
Margaret's all like, when are they going to get rid of this popcorn ceiling? This is terrible.
In 83? No, that's
yeah,
good stuff in 83.
Yeah,
That's-
83 popcorn ceiling was the
popcorn
rage.
ceiling and the wall-to-wall wood paneling. So who made it and who did it? Real quick. Did anyone? Yes? Yes? No? No. Okay. So, Aurora, you find a bag. It's like a little burlap bag, probably about the size of a dice bag, which, we're all geeks, so we'll know what that is. And it's moist. It seems to have a lot of, stuff in it that's kind of oozing out.
Oozing. What's the color of the ooze? Is it just like
Black.
a brown?
Blackish
okay.
brown. Yeah.
And does it smell organic or
It smells
from
like
an
putrid. Yeah, like
Okay.
it's, yeah.
Great, good. All right. Well, I'm gonna. It's. Can I unseal it? What's the?
Yeah,
is it
it's just got a
tied
little
shut?
drawstring.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look for another discarded pen and stick the pen in the center and kind of open it. Have you ever done that with a drawstring bag?
So,
I don't know why I've done this. It's not like it was this situation.
So you look inside and there seems to be a good amount of some sort of putrid flesh in there. Probably maybe 4 to 6 ounces of just fatty tissue and muscle. And a layer of skin.
Oh, is it like fatback?
Yeah.
Or just all.
Yeah.
Okay, so probably
you
all
would
from
put
one
salt
person.
on it and start it on the.
Sorry, I did that.
right side. Yeah.
I'm just.
You took it there. I just wanted to follow the path.
So it seems like it's from one source, maybe.
Yeah, it
okay,
does.
that's what I was trying to get.
It's not like
at.
hamburger meat. It's not 5 cows. It's one thing.
Yeah, ground or cubed?
Ground or cubed. This is cube steak, not ground. So.
Goodness. Okay.
I can always make it worse.
Yeah. I'm gonna just place it down.
Now, I'm not going to say this requires a resolve check because you all have dealt with dead bodies before, so this isn't a resolve check situation, but this is definitely some piece of flesh in a burlap sack, under a burlap bag underneath the bed.
Right. And nothing else of note around it, I don't know, burn marks or some weird mist, or I don't even know. Is it clean under the bed? Is it on fire? Is it currently?
There's mist under and it's a vampire. Shit, she found my lunch.
Do do I see Aurora pick up the bag
Yeah.
and look at? Okay, so I go. Did you ever read The Devil and Tom Walker?
No, enlighten
It's-
me.
It's a story by Washington Irving, and in one part of it, his wife, the guy's wife, makes a deal with the devil, and he can't find her, but he ends up finding her apron tied up in a tree, and all her organs were in it. And I'm
Wow.
wondering if this is a group doing rituals. If this has
Yeah.
anything to do with that or the devil or whatever.
Well, I think
I'm
you're onto something.
I'm more inclined to look at our coroner friend. I mean, these are both bodies that were in his care. Did Aurora tell us about the weird books and things?
I don't think, no, not as
Okay.
explicitly yet.
Okay.
I've been aching to show.
These are both in his care, and he denies that they even existed, and they weren't on the, they were crossed off the list, or they weren't on the list. So I think he's our number one suspect here.
Except the murderer was female. At least from what we know thus far.
And
Right.
or at least just one. And I'm gonna pull out the book. Like,
Oh.
I found this in our coroner friend's little reading rainbow room. It was full of lots of occult texts, we'll say. This one in particular caught my eye. I think he's been making some notes himself, perhaps. And so many times did I see the word witch. This has got to be a witch thing. I'll just acknowledge it. It's very obviously
Isn't that
tied
what?
to Shannon. So yeah.
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 So I guess you were right, Jack.
This certainly rockets him to the top of my list. If we've got walking corpses and a coroner who's denying they ever came in. I mean, I don't know what the connection is with the murder yet. It could be coincidence and happenstance. We should probably keep an eye out to see if the detective or not Shannon. Now I'm doing it.
Sorry. Sarah.
Talbot.
Yeah, or Sarah start
Jamal.
returning to
Yeah,
their own
Jamal.
to their old haunts.
Yeah.
But we definitely have to have some new questions.
Yes.
Have we
And I
found
wonder-
anything else here of note?
Well, I was going to
Randy
say
has to go, right?
you made your spot hidden as well. You kind of look through the kitchen area, and in the pantry, it looks like someone was locked in the pantry at some point. There's lots of scratches down the back door, and there's a couple of fingernails that have come off and are embedded in the wood. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So I would have, instead of did we find anything, I would go, actually, there was something I would love to show all of you in the kitchen. I'm not quite sure what this is. And he looks over at Margaret, who's probably getting ready to take pictures, right? But it looks like we had someone actually stuck in this closet for quite some time. I grabbed some of those fingernails and put them in little baggies.
Okay.
Well,
I'm still trying to do my job.
in all the commotion, I almost forgot. Look over here, and I'll point out the knife that I fished out.
Oh,
Right.
I am 100% checking that for fingerprints.
Yeah,
I take
was
a picture of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Aurora,
this
do you
is-
mind if I take a look at that book?
Yes. Well, I was just hoping to look through for a reference to a flesh bag. So we could even do that together, depending on the skill.
Sure. Heads down on over the kitchen table.
Yeah. Let's just put
As I'm like putting powder on the edge of the knife and like brushing it.
What's your next move? You have pointed your finger at the coroner at this point. You think he is sus. So what's the next move?
Well, I'm checking this knife to see if we have a match with the fingerprint that I took, the little bit of the
Ooh.
fingerprint I took earlier.
Give me a forensics roll.
Okay, I do want to pass this. Come on, please.
Magic.
Yep. I'm gonna have to use 10 points actually.
Oh,
There they go.
there they
No,
go.
it's use them or lose them this game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
might as well.
All right.
Right.
That brings me to 50. All right. So that's a 49 exactly.
The murder weapon has a different set of fingerprints than the earring.
All right. Well, I record that and jot it down. So now I have 2 sets of fingerprints.
Make sure you put a mark next to your forensics, because even though you didn't roll, you did finagle, and I think that is worth a check.
Benevolent director, thank you.
So that's pretty much all. I mean, there's a lot of clues at this place. Where do you all want to go next? You had spoken about, this is Richard's place. You talked about going to, I believe, Shannon's place.
At least we know where Shannon is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the outcome of Shannon.
I mean, so
For now.
there's 2 things. We could go talk to the professor who is sus. We could go talk to the coroner and sort of be like, hey, we know this stuff, but like I doubt he'll tell us more information, right?
Probably not.
Or we might be able to gather some information between that book and some of the stuff that Shannon is studying that will then help us with a conversation with the professor, which is where I'm leaning. But
yeah, I want to crack open this little novel right now, and maybe we can do it in the car to our next location if
you all want to just say,
Yeah.
let's spend an hour poring over this book together.
oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Let's do
Yeah.
that.
Somewhere safe.
Yeah. Probably
Right,
in the car.
in the car.
Or our office. We'll go back to our office.
You go back to your office. When you head back to your office, the door's unlocked,
Oh no.
which is not normal.
I pull my gun at the
Yeah.
like get ready.
I got the bat now. So
Okay.
Let me try this.
I'll call in. Hello, is someone there? We're coming in.
You hear no reply.
I will edge the door open with my foot.
Is there a back door here?
No, there's a
Okay.
fire escape though.
I will go to the fire escape and go up the back way
Okay.
to stop anyone from running because we've already had that happen.
So when you get up to the fire escape, the window has been propped open. And you
Okay.
look inside, and there seems to be a bunch of, they look like Barbie dolls hanging from the ceiling with basically cord around their throats and hanging. There's probably 30 or 40 of them hanging throughout your office with different markings on them.
Okay. I was looking for people, but now I'm just sort of like, what is going on? I'm going to shake my head. Now's not the time to sort of get intrigued by this mystery. And I need to like continue watching for someone who will try to hurt my friends. So that's
Okay.
what my plan is for right now.
Okay,
But,
so you get ready. Jack, you open the door. You look in, and like I said, there are these dolls. They look like Barbie dolls hanging throughout the apartment with markings on them. And you can feel the breeze coming in from the kitchenette. That's where the where the fire escape is. It's all you hear is the rain.
You're intruding on private property. Whoever you are, come out with your hands where we can see them.
No response.
I'm going to begin going and opening all the doors, standing off to one side and just like pushing them open.
Okay. So, are you like going against the wall and like moving along the wall, or are you walking through the hanging dolls?
You know
Not
what?
that that's important.
Yeah, not that's important. I think
Just
I'm just going
asking.
to walk through the hanging dolls and just sort of like, I don't have time for this yet. Let's find out who's here. Then we can get freaked out by the creepy dolls.
Yep.
Okay.
So parting them like a bead curtain. Also popular in '83.
Yeah. You go up and you're walking between these dolls, with little regard to them. And as you start to make it towards the kitchenette area and you're looking around, you notice that as you're pushing a couple of them aside, they grab onto your hands and start to bury their face into your skin and start ripping, and the rest of them start shaking and screaming very loudly, almost like an alarm. Can I get resolve checks from everyone? Because those faces are exactly.
Is that freaky? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's just Tuesday.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh, I'm gonna have to spend.
You can't spin luck
Oh,
on
no.
resolve.
So then
combat and resolve, you can't spin luck.
I'm 2 over.
Oh.
It's sad.
Wonk, wonk,
Oh.
wonk.
I'm 1 over.
Oh. Margaret?
I'm 29 under my 69.
Okay.
I'm 8 over.
All right. Wow.
I'm the only one who hasn't lost it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
So Margaret and I are behind Jack at this point, though.
I mean, I'm seeing this through the window, and I'm just
And
like,
you're just unfortunately by yourself. Yeah, wow.
All right. So
but I'm not in the apartment thing.
Just
Jack, you're lucky because of the pain and just the adrenaline of, oh shit, I'm in the middle of this. You only take 1 resolve point. Let's see. So Michelle, I believe you made your roll.
Yep.
Saint, let's see how Aurora does.
missed it by 1.
Oof. Okay, let me look that up.
Oh. As he chuckles to himself.
No bueno. No bueno.
Oh, that's okay. Let's see here. All right, so make a 50-50 luck roll for me.
I got. Wait. Oh, I rolled 2. I rolled 2 single place die. Hold
That's
on.
okay.
Like, what the? Are my eyes failing in shame and misery? Or losing? Okay, well, I got a 77.
Oh, that's let's see.
Is that critical? Oh.
Oh, that's Delta Green.
No, that's
Okay.
that's not good.
Ah!
So sorry. Roll, let's see. So now we're gonna see whether you flee, fawn, freeze, or fight. Roll a 6-sided die for me.
Gosh, okay. I guess I
Yeah,
hate
fight.
dolls. I have the bat out. Oh my god. I might brain one of you guys accidentally. All right, yeah. I don't remember which is which. You said 6-sided.
6-sided,
Okay,
yep.
I landed on 5.
Ooh, okay. This you get to pick between flee, fawn, freeze, or fight. It's player's choice. You pick which thing you want to do.
Okay, well, I kind of already said I hope that it's fight. Yeah. Okay.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
All
That might
right,
be the most
so
helpful.
for the next 3 rounds, you are swinging the bat wildly at these dolls. And I'm going to ask Jack to make a dodge roll for me as
Absolutely.
Hurricane Saint comes through, Hurricane Aurora comes through.
I've also yelled and yanked my hands down, and if the dolls have like
It's
bit me
grabbed
and they've
onto
been
you.
there,
It's still there.
then I am throwing them to the ground and stomping on them.
Okay, once you do that, they crack a little bit, and when you stomp on them, it feels like you're stepping on bone instead of plastic, and all this blood shoots out from your foot.
Oh Lord. Well,
From
I
my
don't-
foot or from underneath my foot?
Under your foot. From
Okay.
under your foot.
God.
Wow.
And that dodge roll is dead on.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
So you crunch, then you see bat, you duck under. Let's move on to Benny and see what happens to Benny. Ouch. Okay. So roll a 50-50 roll for me.
Okay.
You want to get under 50.
Okay. I got 27.
Okay, so Aurora takes 7 points of resolve.
Yikes.
Benny, you take 8 points of resolve.
Ooh.
Jack, you take 1 point of resolve.
Okay.
Because you made your luck roll, Benny, you are shocked a little bit, but you are still in control of your faculties. So you don't run, fight, or any of that. You just you take it, and will probably write a book later. So I hate to say it, Jack. You have goo all over your shoe. I'm gonna say I need another resolve check because you just failed one, and you just crushed what looks to be a tiny human.
23. That is exactly half.
So you're fine. You're okay. So give me Aurora, let's see real quick.
Still spinning, right?
You're still spinning. Did you put any into your bra?
Yes, I did.
How much did you put
transferred
in?
that 40 over there?
Okay,
Yeah.
So I want you to make 2 rolls, and
Okay.
these are your 2 hit rolls for that. I'm going to say that first one's going to be towards around Margaret's area, and the second one will be back around to where Jack's area is. I just want to see what you would get. I'm not saying that you're actually going to hit them, but I just want to know what you roll.
All right. Here we go. First one. Woo. First one is an 11. Under the 40.
Ouch.
Second
So
one.
Margaret, I need you to make a dodge because that was really good.
Oh crap. Okay.
Oh no.
Second one. It's a 34 under my 40.
Okay, that one's close enough to your 40 that I'm going to say that Jack was ready for it, saw you swinging around, and I'm not going to make him roll his dodge, but you finally catch your breath.
Oh my god. I changed I swear I switched
I
them out.
rolled an 85.
Oh, no.
No.
Do you want to roll damage, or do you want me to roll it?
Me or
Me.
Margaret?
Do you want me to roll the damage, or do you want to roll it?
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you, Saint.
Oh, okay. I wish you weren't. I guess I'll roll it. That's on, what is that, 6-sided?
For a bat at full panicking level, I'm going to say, you know what? I'll be nice. We'll say 6. I was going to say 8, but I think 6 will work.
All right, let me pull out the 6 real quick. All right. I've got no favorites of these, so I hate you, die. Give me the worst roll in the world. It's a 5. I just pulled it out. I don't want this to happen.
Ow.
So, Jack, you hear what sounds to be like a hard hit off of a fastball in Wrigley Field, just like skull meat. Bat.
Oh, she
at
got me in the
fast.
head.
Just
Not even the ribs.
nope, just nailed you good. How many
I,
hit points
I,
did
I
you
spin
have?
around and say, Aurora, calm down. Calm down. As long as we avoid them, they can't hurt us.
Meanwhile, they're just screaming and jostling back and forth.
There's just no words. I'm just like.
Margaret, are you okay?
That was half your hit points. So you need to make a major wound roll, I believe. So what you're going to do is you're rolling, I believe, against your con. Let me just double check real quick.
Look at Saint.
I don't want this.
Saint was the killer all along.
I should have never touched that bat.
Okay, so make a con roll. And let me know what you get.
32 under my 50.
Okay. So, let's see. Okay, good. Well, you're not dead. That's good. So basically you take the hit. You do not go unconscious, but you probably are pretty concussed.
But you
Okay,
probably
so
wish you
when
did.
he says
Yeah.
when he says, "Are you all right?" I'll be like, "Aren't we having tea with Mother tomorrow?"
Oh no.
Big old, lump on the back of her head.
All right.
Do I notice yet, or am I still
Yeah, no,
swinging?
you did your 3 swings,
Okay.
and you're like huffing and puffing. You drop the bat. You realize what you've done.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
So from the window, I've
Yeah.
just watched
All this shit
Aurora,
go down. Yeah.
I do this. These dolls, how big are these doll size things?
They're about, like I said, they're about the size of like a
mannequin,
Barbie.
right?
No, like
Oh,
a
like
little Barbie.
Great. So I'm gonna run in and run
Okay.
over to Margaret and do a medicine check on her
Sure.
to try to help her. Look at me, like one of those very focused, like, come on, focus. Let's sit down. Like we need, because I see that she got clocked hard.
I'm so sorry, Margaret. I'm so
Can we get a
sorry.
medic roll then?
Yeah, we can. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. I was like, cool.
Are the dolls still screaming at us?
Yep, they're all
I-
just screaming.
I am not messing with those dolls right now. 48 under my 61.
Okay, cool. So, you get back. I'm gonna give you back 2 points, and you're stabilized. You're definitely gonna want to get some ice. It's gonna take a couple of days for this to go down, but you're out of major danger right now, or stranger danger, major stranger danger.
Yeah.
Let's just stop doing that. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what do you all want to do? You're in an apartment with all these screaming dolls that are shaking
This was our
back and
safe
forth.
space, by the way, you guys.
Yeah,
This is where
this
we
was-
were coming.
Someone broke in within the
cursed it.
last since you were put on this case because you haven't come back
Right.
and
Hook
put
up all
these
these
dolls.
freaky dolls.
Yeah.
I want to take a look around and see if I can find it, if there's some sort of a control mechanism. Like, is there something else hanging with them, like some sort of like a center, a focus that might be controlling these dolls?
Sure. Give me a spot hidden roll.
45 under. That's 10 under.
Awesome. Okay. You find next to your coffee maker, actually inside the coffee pot, is one of those burlap sacks, and it seems to be moving.
So I think that this all is actually pretty stressful, and if I see it in the pot, I'm just gonna grab the pot by the handle and throw the whole thing on the ground and stomp on it.
Okay. So you throw the thing on the ground, you stomp on it, and it feels again like bone is cracking. And as soon as you do that, all of the creatures, all of the dolls stop screaming.
Oh my god.
And I say, gather them up and burn the bitches.
Right. I know we were just getting here, but someone knows we're looking for them, is what this tells me.
The first one that I take down, I'm going to use tongs. Get some tongs out of the drawer and
Okay.
tong it, and then like cut the
Snip.
string.
Okay.
Probably have trash bags in the office somewhere.
Yeah.
Trash
You're
can.
just filling up a trash bag.
I'm also going to draw one of the symbols that are on them to identify later, because I take it I have no idea what those are. So I'm gonna take out my notepad, start just very crudely and not expertly, but enough that
I get it. All right, so you start to do that, and anybody want to do anything else?
Can I tell what this thing was before I stomped on it?
It looks like part of a jaw and a lower, it looks like from someone cut the right below the nose all the way across that bottom part of a face.
Okay.
So
That's distressing.
and a tongue with markings on it.
I definitely
I like Randy's reaction so far. This has been good.
The markings we see on the dolls, do they look familiar to us?
You notice some of the markings are the same as in the markings of the book that Aurora nicked. And the marking on the tongue is the same marking on the Barbie dolls. By the way, Barbie dolls is not... Mattel is not giving us sponsorship for all this great advertising. I just want to point that out.
I'm sure they'd be proud to have
I'm
their
sure
dolls
they'll be.
associated with them.
Woo!
They are.
I'm going to beep all those out later on.
Well, now we know where all those bites came from on the victims.
Those bites were way bigger.
Oh, okay. I thought they were small bites.
No, well, they were small bites, but they were still human size.
Ah, okay.
I definitely want to, I guess, if we've pretty much examined everything about the dolls. By the way, do they all look the same, or is it just like different types of dolls?
They all look similar in construction and everything, but they all weigh more than they should.
Do they look more human than like a regular doll would look?
Yeah.
I'm going to just whatever was on my desk, just knock it all on the floor. Ask to bring the book over, and I look over at Jack and I'm like, Jack, you want to help me try to figure out what this is talking about, because I'm tired of this bullshit.
I agree. We got to get ahead of this.
All right. And I just, plop it over.
Why
I'm
don't you
still
both
kicking
make
dolls out of the
Latin
way.
rolls for me?
All right.
Can I make an occult roll?
Yeah, you and Aurora can make a cult if you have a cult.
34 under 41.
Okay.
I got a 64 over 51, but I'm going to burn some luck to bring that down into that territory. So that's 13, I believe, will get me in the right zone.
And just to mention to chat real quick, we still have our supernatural cards that haven't happened yet. So if we hit 50 for tips tonight, all tips goes towards helping pay for our wonderful actors. So if you would like to see something maybe terrible, maybe not so terrible, you know, they're here. Woohoo! So you, again, how many points did you spend, Nick?
13.
Ooh, okay, cool.
Lucky 13.
Lucky
That's right.
13. This is a book on how to reanimate corpses and control them from afar. And it is definitely the notes that are in there, the English notes that Aurora went over, are all based on how to bury someone who's a practitioner of dark witchcraft or evil witchcraft. But the stuff in Latin is code for how to bring people back from the dead and control them.
So basically what we're saying is someone going over the notes that are in this book and like writing the English notes as to the witch part, or is it the other way around?
It looks like it's the other way around. It looks like the spells or the rituals are in Latin and the how to deal with witches is in English. So they're trying to hide the spell part, and they seem less worried about the disposal part.
I have a question.
Witches.
How flowery is the writing on this?
Like, can you just discern what year it came from? If it's like
No, I'm trying more to see if it's the same handwriting as Shannon, whose writing we would have saw earlier.
It is definitely not Shannon's.
Okay, cool.
I made my occult roll.
Okay.
43 under my 51. So is there anything I might be able to add to the conversation about what we're reading?
The main thing that you come away with is it seems like whoever wrote the English parts is not the same hand as the Latin parts. The English parts are very matter of fact and don't seem to have any of the reverence that the Latin has towards the subject matter. So you have maybe the difference between a very scientific mind and a very occult mind. So that's what you figure out from all that.
Well, while they're reading, because I didn't really have anything
Right.
applicable this time around, is there any clues as to like how the doors were opened or
Sure.
something and the window was open? Yeah, see if there's
you don't need to make any rolls for those. It is, you look at the door jamb, it looks like they came through the window and exited through the door because the door was obviously unlocked and not jimmied, whereas the window was definitely opened with some kind of crowbar or whatever. So someone climbed up the fire escape, opened the window, put all the dolls. It looks like the dolls were simply put on twine and then stapled into the twine was stapled into the ceiling. So they just went around and click, 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 click. And then they
can I retcon that while he was taking the dolls down, I was taking pictures of them?
Yeah, I figured you would. Yeah. I'm not gonna, you didn't say that.
Because the markings and.
The other thing you notice, Aurora, is there definitely seems to be some sort of pattern that the dolls are in. It's not random. It looks like it's specifically placed, and the position of where the head was, where the jaw was, that was kind of the voice box of all these things, magically connected to each of these dolls. The coffee pot wasn't actually in the coffee maker. It was a few feet away. You never leave a coffee pot just on the counter. That's not something any of you would have done. And so it was moved specifically to that area to complete whatever pattern was on the ceiling.
In this book, is there anything about so we have there, I mean, it's obviously there are things about like commanding the dead or whatever, right?
Right.
Is there any command to stop?
Ooh,
Because
that's a good question.
if so, I would want to know the Latin for that.
Yes.
There is a basically decease the deceased spell, where you can undo the magic that you've done, but it is a spell, and it will take, if you cast a spell, you have to spend magic points and resolve points to be able to do that.
With
But
my
you
very
can
little
learn it.
understanding of magic, I'm going to say, I will try it if something hits the fan, but it's not my,
Okay, so to give you, if you study this for a couple of hours, you can learn, because it's a basic like protection spell. I'm going to say that you gain, and you can say no, but if you do this, you gain 5% Cthulhu Mythos. So what that means is every time you get Cthulhu Mythos, it lowers your resolve. So your new max goes down by 5. And you will lose, let's see. You'll lose 5 points of resolve on top of that. So your max points will go down by 5, and then another 5 points will be taken off from your resolve. So that's learning spells in Call of Cthulhu is dangerous and mind warping. It
makes sense. Yeah.
In Delta
I was
Green,
about-
they call
You know
it like
what?
math. Or,
Let's live life dangerously, because
Okay.
dolls just tried to attack us.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
have a question though. So the magic, your magic is your power?
No,
Your power
well,
level?
your power, you're rolling against your power level, but you're using your magic points you'll spend points when you cast the spell, and then you'll roll against your power level. So.
I am now at sanity 37.
Ooh, that's
May I learn this spell as well? All with the same
same stuff.
caveats.
Yeah, sure. If you want a second, if you want a backup, you can always. Everybody can learn the spell. You can learn.
While
the spell,
they're
and you can
learning the spells or the spell, I'm going to go to the dark room because I'm assuming I have one here.
Yes.
And I'm going to start developing pictures
Okay.
to see if there's something we didn't see before.
I love that I have a 5 in Cthulhu Mythos now. 5%. Yeah.
5%.
Yeah, that's the
All
one
right.
skill you don't necessarily want to go
Nope.
up.
Nope.
So you start to develop these pictures, and I'm forgetting because I know it's not 1 hour. How long does it take? I'm like blanking because it's been so long since I've had to even think about that.
I have no idea.
So
I'm gonna
I used to do it in high school.
Oh, cool. There you go.
Yeah. It can take, it's like a good 20, 30, because you have to dip it in different solutions.
Right.
Then you have to leave them to dry to develop and dry off. And then you'll be able to look at them. So I'd say like 20, 30, 40-ish minutes. But
Okay,
it does
cool.
take some time per each photo. And you have to do it with each of those and hang them up to dry.
So you start going through this. This is going to take a long time for you to get, because you've taken quite a few pictures.
Right.
Why Margaret is doing this what do the rest of you want to just hang out and wait for her to
I
finish
was learning
this?
magic, but
And
I mean,
you all have 2 hours of magic learning. Aurora, that leaves you. Do you want to do anything why the two are studying the spell and she's doing this other thing, or?
But yeah, I've been wondering because I was wondering if I should have taken on the spell because my power is 60. Are you guys at the same level or higher?
60. My power is
Yeah.
definitely not 60.
Mine is also 60.
Okay.
I definitely
Well-
don't have a lot of magic. I
So
just
you
thought
could
it was
learn
cool.
you could learn the spell as well if you're willing to take the same thing where you'd
It's-
be at a 55 for your resolve because your
Right.
resolve would come down 5 and you'd take 5 points of resolve.
Oh, wait, I'm at 57 right now, so I'd be at 40,
You'd be at 47, yeah.
47. Okay.
And then your max would be down by
max resolve.
5 points. So
Like,
whatever your max is.
permanently.
So instead of 60 as your max, it's 55.
Yeah, I'm like trying to remember where everything is. Ah, what the hell?
How do you get sanity back?
You can get resolve back by.
Or sorry, thank
No
you.
problem.
It's okay.
I just did it a second ago. You get resolve back by just taking time off from, in between things,
Taking a break.
therapy, taking a break, those kind of things.
I love it.
Those can
That's
all
cool.
get resolved back.
Okay.
Instead, I'm learning, untold magic.
Right.
That I
You're
shouldn't
going
know.
the opposite way of helping your brain. So if all three of you want to
Okey-dokey.
learn this spell, that's fine. That actually works well just in case 2 of you die.
Yeah. Or get separated more like.
It can happen.
Well, since I keep encountering these bodies and like insisting that I like touch them and yell at them, I figure I should probably be
Just
as-
undead, the undead. Yep.
Maybe
yeah.
Jure them.
Re-dead.
So,
All I keep thinking of is Klaatu, Verata.
I said your words.
I said your words.
Sorta. All right. So, Margaret, as you're getting these, you hear chanting going on in the next room and you ignore it as they're learning how to do this spell. And you see the first sets of pictures are starting to come basically to develop. And the one that you took, I believe you took one of the mortician or the coroner and Tamal and Sarah, I believe. All three of them, the 2 corpses, their faces are both look like white ovals almost, with large black sunken in holes where their eyes should be, and large black sunken holes where their mouth should be. No nose at all, no discerning features. And they're both looking at the camera. And then you see that the coroner is not the person you've been talking to. Looks like he's probably in his, you don't know what age. He's probably 90 or 100, a bit hunched over with a long white beard and strange aura around him.
Ooh. Nelly. don't want to open the door. It's the light.
It's like an extra sketch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm all
I mean, you might have one of those like revolving doors that lets you like step out without adding
Or just
light into
the-
the
true.
The
Yeah.
light blocking curtains. That's what my dark room had.
There you go.
Okay.
The closet.
Yeah, you can get out.
Okay, so I go out and
You're hot boxing.
Oh, c'est bon.
guys, something strange is coming up on the photo, on one of the photos.
Oh,
Stranger than this. He holds the book up.
Yeah, I'm still a little woozy
Yes.
from the whole
Oh.
hedge thing.
Take a deep
Ah.
breath, and we're gonna go to the dark room. And tell me if you're seeing what I'm seeing.
Right.
Can you see what I see?
all
All right.
I approve of this method. Don't poison our expectations.
Okay. So, yeah, sure enough, you look in any of the pictures that you took, that Margaret took of any of the corpses, have these disturbing white faces with no discernible features and these black holes where their orifices should be, staring straight at the camera. So when she took the picture, they were laying on the slab, not looking at her at all. Their heads are turned and they're looking straight at, and the corner looks like a really old man hunched over with these strange clothes on.
The picture I took of Sarah when she was still in the basement,
Uh-huh.
is that the same?
Yeah.
Her halfway decapitated head is turned toward the camera.
Yeah. And there's no like features at all.
What
She just does this. No, I'm kidding.
Mhm.
I wonder. I wonder if
duck lips?
like he looks.
Well, she
at
doesn't
the
have lips,
pictures
so
and he goes.
Okay, stop it. Stop it, you two. Let Randy
Betty
say what he's gonna
No,
say.
I was just gonna say. He looks at the pictures, freaked out, and then goes. I guess this is just what's gonna happen. I wonder if the same thing would happen if we had a video camera.
And
Wow.
you're no offense intended, but you're sure you developed these correctly. There's no double exposure, nothing like that.
double exposure wouldn't create this.
Yeah, like look at it. It's like
That's funny.
Silly.
I'm
Okay,
just, yeah. No,
we
go ahead.
really need to talk to Dunham then.
Yes. Did you happen to catch Dunham on any of these candids
He's
from the
the
first
really
crime
old-
scene?
Oh,
He's
the
the
He's the
first.
coroner.
Yeah, I believe I believe she did, or I'll say she did, and it's the same thing. He's
Same thing.
same thing, yeah.
So he's
decrepit
always
and-
been that
I'm
kinda
gonna go
thing.
buy like a store and like pawn my watch and buy a video camera to see if that'll help.
Well,
would that
we
be
can.
a Super 8?
Huh?
Would it be a Super 8 at this point, or
I
like
think it would
most
be
likely?
16.
No, we'd have it.
It would
It
be.
would be
Would
the
it be
big
like a
ones.
giant camera?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would. Yeah, it'd be huge.
Okay, let's
Okay.
go.
It might be a.
Then I can use it as a weapon.
It might
to
be
throw.
a video camera.
It might be a VHS. Like you put a VHS in, and it's this just ginormous thing.
Man,
Okay.
I haven't thought about those in years.
Yeah, they're pretty.
I forgot
huge.
about them. Yeah,
The camcorder.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
huge camcorder.
but,
First VHS cameras came out in the late 70s.
Yeah,
Oh.
so it would probably be a
Okay.
VHS camera.
I'm
So
gonna go
I'm
buy
going
a
to say
VHS.
because you're private eyes, you probably have a VHS camera. I'm not going to make you pawn anything
Keep your
to
watch.
grab it.
Yeah.
Keep my
your
watch. Yeah. I mean, it's like trying to keep my life though. Like when,
Which
Um,
one?
Mhm.
yeah. So he's going to say maybe this will help us spot him when we see him again. He
Okay.
doesn't know. It's just a hypothesis.
Yes.
So, do you want to go back to the morgue? Is that what we're saying?
Are we going back to the morgue before talking to the professor? Because the professor
That's-
definitely is like sus
And-
too. But
Yeah.
Well, and I think before we go back to the morgue, we need to talk to the
Shannon?
police chief.
Oh, the
yeah.
police chief.
Yes.
And
I think you're right.
yeah,
I did have a-
We were
Because-
just attacked. So
we need
Right.
backup just in case.
And I was wondering if you had gotten her, the police chief, on film from that first crime scene.
Yeah,
At all.
she's fine. She's normal.
All right. It's normal. Okay.
Are any of the
Jack,
police
on the other
officers
hand,
who were
no,
on
just
camera
kidding.
know that
So that was
Any-
going to be the big reveal.
were any of the police officers on the scene different?
No, they're all normal.
This is contained to the coroner so far, maybe.
So far, maybe.
So
Maybe.
more Kathy's, the professor's office, or go talk to the police chief. Which one are we doing?
Hmm.
They all sound terrifying, but yeah.
I think our investigation is the point where we need to clue
Yeah.
the captain in on what's going on, especially in case something happens to us.
Yeah,
I don't
that's-
like to broach that subject, but she needs to know what's going on.
Yeah.
If
I agree.
if we can't report any further.
So and you see Benny sort of take a big sigh. I agree, but it's just hard to get over what the police chief did to us, and the fact that the police chief wasn't being as forthcoming in the very beginning with all of this information. I'm just wondering if this goes deeper than it seems, and the police chief is involved. Because I mean, if the police coroner is involved, I don't think it's too far fetched that it could be deeper than that.
Then why would she bring us in? If the police were successfully covering this up already and were involved in a plot, why bring in people who have no stakes in keeping that secret?
Maybe because if things go south, she's got scapegoats again to pin it on.
She's already done it once.
Yep.
I mean,
No, I see.
Well, there's a way we can be crafty about it, as always. Dance around perhaps some specifics and probe her more for information than give her information. We've had some great minds here as I look at all of them. Also, I've been walking through the room, like kicking the dolls off to the side to make a path because they're just everywhere, right? I've just been like,
Well,
Jesus
no, I
put
think
them all
you
in a
went-
bag.
You
We
you
took
put
them
them
we got
all
all
in
of
a
them
bag.
down. I thought there
Yeah.
was so
So-
many. There was that
There's
one
like
question
30 or 40 of them.
30 or 40. Okay, so it's like one person could have done it, but it took a minute.
It took a minute, yeah. You figure
Took a minute.
if your hypothesis is correct, you're guessing, Aurora, that it probably took maybe 10 to 15, maybe 20 minutes to do it if they were prepared. So if they had the dolls in a bag and were just bam, 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 and then set up the coffee pot, it probably took about, like I said, about 20 minutes to do this.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah,
and this
then-
could have been done anytime between us getting the start of this mission.
Yeah, you
And getting back,
left,
right?
You
Yeah.
left. You haven't been back. This is the first time you've been back in about,
Yeah.
probably
That'd be like
least
6 hours at
6
least.
or
Yeah.
6 to 8 hours. Yeah, because you've been
All right.
popping around the city and talking with different people and whatever.
The thing
So,
that
right.
I'm curious about is if the coroner is in on all this, which he's got to be. Why would he have all sorts of stuff on how to put a witch down or how to dispose of a dead witch? Or, is there some sort of war going on we don't know about?
Make an idea roll for me, which is just roll against your intelligence. You can all make the roll.
Right.
Professional courtesy, maybe?
That
I got an 7.
I got a 36, which is
I got
right
a
above
50.
mine. But it is in my it's under my.
Okay, cool.
Quote 23, less than half.
All right.
All right.
Same.
Yeah. I got a 50 exactly on my 50.
Excellent. So the one thing that comes to mind to all of you is, from reading the book, it really gives you the sense that this person's trying to steal power that's not theirs. He or she is trying to grab information, because like I said, the English part is very scientific, whereas the Latin part looks like it's written in such a way that there's almost a religious reverence to it. Like almost like old Catholic, kind of mass kind of thing, where there's flourishing words and talk of instead of God's great work, raising the dead. So, tomato. So
Before we go see the chief, I have an idea. What if we go see Shannon and see if she has anything in her research about protection against witches? Or protection against, magic of this sort, because we don't want to end up a zombie. We're not going to tell her she's a zombie, but, I feel so bad for the girl.
I still wonder if they're aware or not.
No, she's a zombie, she's a zombie, not aware.
I was gonna say it at least seemed like Richard kind of knew he was dead, in that like he was hiding very specifically, and in that closet where he was eating rats and things.
Yeah,
So,
and he left his foot behind. He didn't even have a what just happened moment.
He's like, oh,
just
guess
left
that's.
Interesting.
I mean, you terrified him though. So.
True.
You did. You were quite convincing with your @1 and the grabbing the bat. Anytime someone grabs a bat, that's a badass move. It's you're there. You mean business. So you want to go talk with Shannon, is what I'm gathering.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm cool with that.
All right. So did you say I'm cool with that?
I did.
Excellent.
I thought that's what you said. I was like,
You
did she
almost
say I'm
slid
cool
it
with
by. And I was like, all right. I approve of that message. All right. So you go back over to the tower, and you hear two people talking in the room that Shannon is working in. It's two female voices, and one of them goes, look, you've got to stop answering the door when people come by. You just do your work. Don't talk to anyone. No one can know what's going on. And you hear Shannon's voice, and she goes, I'm sorry, it's just I get lonely here. I'm by myself all the time. I don't really see people. No, just listen. Be careful. Don't talk to anyone. Stay away from people. It's too much is at stake. Fine. I'll do that. I'll listen. I promise I won't say anything. Good. And then you hear a window open and then close.
Oh.
Was it it was a female voice, you said?
Yes.
It's definitely that professor.
Using the window.
I mean, she's doing illegal. She knows that she's dead, and she's using like research. She's getting the research for herself.
Yeah,
It feels like. I mean, you
My
see him
God.
sort of muttering to himself, like trying to figure out what's going on. And he's like,
It's
it's gotta be here.
The only
Wow.
thing better than a grad assistant is an undead grad assistant that you can keep working forever.
no.
It's like, man.
I don't want to pay you anything or have you ever eat
Or
Right.
leave or stop.
or leave or
Right.
stop.
And no, your name is not going on the paper.
But I'm telling you, the connections you're going to make and the experience you're going to get for your resume, it's worth
Well,
it.
She already died of exposure.
Oh.
Oh.
That was good.
Ouch.
Ugh. I'm dead
That's
now.
why I like being on stream with Nick.
All right.
So-
So you hear this whole conversation. What do you want to do?
Ooh.
I'm gonna walk in the room.
Okay, I was going to knock, but if you're
I'm
walking
not.
in...
I mean,
You just
the
went in.
Nope. Benny's already said he's
Yeah.
walking
Whoa.
in.
All
Benny,
right.
and the reason is Benny walks in with like he knows what's going on and he's gonna go. And he's not very intimidating at all, but he's gonna go. The jig is up. We know you're doing something. Tell us now before we expose whatever's going on. And he's he's just trying to pretend like he actually has the power to do that. He has.
So-
That sounds like a fast talk.
That sounds like either a fast talk or an intimidate. Oh, and real quick, Voodoo Goth 11, thank you for the follow.
Oh yay!
Oh yay!
Hey, thank you.
Thank you very much. Randy, what are you gonna do? What is Benny gonna do? Is
Neither of those are good for me, but let's go with the intimidate.
Oh, do you
So
want to
he's-
persuade?
Oh yes.
Except
I
I was
would
about
much
to say,
rather do
maybe I
persuade.
walked in behind him and I can fold my
Helps.
arms as he
I-
makes his threat.
Just with the bat?
I would rather do persuade. I would go, look, we're here to help. So rather than hit table, I walk in. I do act like I know what I'm talking about. And I go, look, Shannon, I don't care who's telling you that you need to stay here. It's not worth it. We're here trying to help you and figure out what's going on. Just tell us what you know, or it's going to be worse for whoever's making you do this.
She can't boss you around anymore.
So give it the roll, and then I'll tell you her response.
Yep. I'm so scared. Okay. So that's a 28 under 50.
Oh, so that's good. So make sure you make a
Yay.
narc. Make sure you make a mark.
I said I was going to dark. You're right.
You said you were gonna narc. Well, of all the stupid faux pas you can make in the English language, that's probably the least. So make a mark next to it. And so she's stunned, first of all, because you burst through the door and come over and start having a PSA moment with her. And she goes, look, you don't understand. He can hear what you're all saying right now. You got to get out of here. He sees through us.
So you know.
I figured it out after I didn't go home for 5 days or sleep or eat anything. I figured something was wrong. You don't have much time.
Who is it that's seeing through your eyes? We can stop him.
I'm not supposed to say his name.
I write the coroner's name on a piece of paper.
We can.
But Michelle, you just said something, right?
Yeah, I said I write the coroner's name on a piece of paper and slip it to her.
She goes, if I look at that, then he's going to know.
Honestly, let's go just say, hey, buddy. We're now on to you, being on to us, I suppose. So we can maybe talk some things out. And you know what? I guess I'm getting into my intimidate. But wait a
Why
minute.
don't you give me a
now
roll for? Yeah, give me an intimidate roll.
intimidate roll? But am I intimidating her or him?
I would say you're trying to intimidate him.
Right. This might backfire.
This
horribly.
is the weirdest thing ever. But
It's a remote intimidate.
Right. It's like I know. I'm trying to, and I'm ducking down. I know she's shorter than me. All right, so let's go.
It is now
I've changed my dice again. Ooh, and I got a 22, so I'm okay. Under my 16.
All right. So after you say this, you look down at your. As she realizes that you're fully aware of what's going on. She looks at the piece of paper. She looks back up at Margaret and shakes her head. Yes, it's this person.
Well, shit. And I just push her back, not violently, because she might turn into a puddle of goo. Actually, you know what? I push her back, and I just grab her shoulders. I'm going to push her facing against the wall and be like, this is just for both of our safety. Just stand here for a moment. And I'm like, should we leave now? Let's go. Let's go. You guys can stop me. I'm just like, the dolls really freak me out. I'm still.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, wait, we have that spell.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to right now when we came in?
That's a good question. She's facing the wall, right? Still.
Yeah, she should be able to hear me, though.
Yeah, she hears you.
I go, is it Professor Kathy?
No, it was Sarah.
She's back.
What?
Oh, we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
Come on.
Wow.
no big surprise there. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Just wondering how the head's staying on, honestly.
He's really good at
Thread.
suture and
Okay.
he's good at those things. He works with bodies all the time. By the way, where did you leave the bag full of dolls? Just out of curiosity.
Son of a.
See, this is why I wanted to smash them one by one.
That's why I said to burn it.
Yeah,
Burn it.
well, we just left somehow.
I thought we were gonna burn it, but then we didn't.
We just left.
We just
no.
left it.
So they're in the car. Or they're in you just
They're in the
We just
office.
left them in the office.
the
is
office.
What I thought.
Excellent.
But
That's perfect.
No.
I
Oh,
wouldn't
not
have
excellent.
driven with them. They're scary.
That's
Well,
understandable.
in the
Gross.
trunk.
But I mean, like now they're probably gonna go and like randomly attack.
So
us.
they're not in your
They're
vision
not in our
is
view.
basically. Okay.
Thank you.
Good to know. Good to know.
Aw.
So with that
Aw.
revelation, this is a really good place to stop.
Always.
Guys, this is Trilogy of Terror all over again.
Now he has a week to figure out the worst place for them to show back up.
Oh no!
Next time, Aurora, smash.
I stand very far back.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you all hanging out and talking in chat. We hope that you're enjoying the show. Let's find out where these wonderful people are. Let's start with Randy.
Hey, so I'm Randy Alvarenga. You can follow me on Twitter at RollerRaja. That's ROLLERRAJA to find out all the really cool streams like Gen Con TV and cool stuff like that. I'm not going to list it all because you can find it. So check me out.
Saint.
Hello. You can find me doing shows here. That's kind of the main thing I'm doing on the internet right now. And you can maybe chat with me if you want on Twitter. That's at the old Twitter handle down there at Saint Spider TV. Yes. And hey, more of this. We'll be back next week.
Nick.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick Levy, and you can find me on Twitter at Sungrowler, SUNGROWLER. You can also find me there on Instagram, but I don't post anything there unless Facebook decides it's going to put a picture. But if you do, you will get to see a lovely picture of my two kitties that I just took today and that got cross-posted over there. So you should do that because they're adorable. And that's the only place I'm here right now.
Definitely gonna follow you now.
That's right.
All
I
it
forgot I
takes
have
is
to give you those
cats.
pictures. I'll put them in. I'll put them in the Discord.
Cool. Michelle.
Hey, I'm Michelle Otis, and you can find me on Twitter at Michulu. That's Michulhu. You can also find my music and Wes's amazing sound effects through Plate Mail Games. Either you can buy them on DriveThruRPG or you can subscribe to them through BattleBards.
And I am Wes Otis. I'm at Plate Mail Games on Twitter. All of our links are below, including our flow chart links, and you can join our Discord. You can come over to Twitter and hang out. If you want to support us, you can go over to Patreon or Coffee, or there's also a t-shirt for our merch down below. All of the links are below. Thanks so much for watching. Like I said, I hope you're all enjoying this mystery. I think we have moved past the clue gathering and moved into the oh shit run part of the Call of Cthulhu game. So we'll see how next week goes. And until then, have a great week.
So what you're saying is we're through fucking around and now we're gonna find out?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
How much you want to get into all of it. So
We
Although, actually-
literally told the bad guy we know everything, and
Yeah.
he already knew that. So
and now he still has his doll minions. So
Yeah.
everything is coming up Wes. So thank you all so much. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.